The 3-page website or funnel that attracts qualified coaching clients if you do it right. So what I want to do is I want to explain to you the main 3 pages you need. You do not need to overcomplicate it trying to get coaching clients, especially if you're getting people who don't know you, never heard of you, and turning them into qualified clients, really going from not knowing you to a client in 48 hours, 24 hours, something like that. See, the problem with most coaches is they overcomplicate things. They get expensive funnels with all kinds of upsells and downsells, and they sell a cheap thing and then an expensive thing and then a book a call and then fill out this, fill out that, fill out all these other things. So there's really 3 main pages that I use that's allowed me to get well over 1,000 coaching clients over the years. And we currently spend roughly $1 million on Facebook ads a year, give or take it, depending on the month. And I want to share with you basically the 3 main pages that allow us to make all this happen. So first of all, we take people to a webinar registration page. Now, why a webinar registration page? So a lot of coaches like to give people ebooks, free reports, all that kind of stuff. The problem with doing that is engagement, okay? Who cares if somebody gives you an email address? If they haven't engaged with you, it's irrelevant. And so what you have to do is you have to use the one thing that's going to give you the highest engagement level. And for us, we have found it's webinars. Now, why? Well, here's the thing. When somebody signs up for your free report, free ebook, all that kind of stuff, they download it, they don't check their email, or they're like gonna watch, read it, or look at it later. Same way you take people to a video. You get their email address or take them to a video. It's likely they're not gonna watch it, they're gonna bookmark it. I mean, come on. I mean, when's the last time you've even looked at your bookmarks, right? Nobody does. It just isn't like that. And so it has very low engagement. As of this recording, the last about 30,000 people who've registered for our webinar have had about a 70% show up rate. So that's an engagement rate. And so why we take people to webinars, that's the reason. So the first step is we take them to a webinar registration page, all right? Versus any sort of lead magnet, selling them something cheap, all that kind of stuff. The second thing is the show up/event page. Why is this so important? Here's why. The average show up rate for a webinar, a live one or automated one, is going to be around 30%, 40% if you're lucky. So think about it. If 30 or 40% come to your webinar, what about the other 60%? Why didn't they show up? In most cases, it's because the coach didn't do a good enough job of getting those people to want to show up. So when people register for a webinar, they're taken to a page that basically pre-sells the webinar, and then when the webinar starts, it magically turns into the webinar, okay? So they don't have to leave, because what people do is they make it too complicated. You gotta remember, the majority of the people who are seeing your ads, seeing what you're doing, are reaching out to you by their phone. And so if you've got like, click this link, go to that page, go here, go there, download this, check your email for that, it's just overwhelming. Nobody's gonna do anything, okay? And so that's why the third page, or the show up video and the event is so vitally important. So we have the first one is the registration page. Second one is the show up video. What is the third one? Well, here's the third one, and it is very important and very few coaches use it. Before I tell it to you, what I want to do is just get you to like this video so I know you like it so far. Hit the subscribe button so that you can get all my future videos. Because again, we're always putting out videos on what's working to get coaching clients. We spend about, roughly like I said, give or take $1 million a year on ads-ish, something like that. Sometimes a little lower, per month. But we take all what we're learning and teach it here on YouTube for free. And you're going to not know about any upcoming video that could really help you unless you hit the subscribe button. So when we put them out, you'll get them. All right, the third part is what we call the indoctrination page. So now, technically, there's going to be other things, right? When somebody's done your webinar, they're going to have to fill out an application. All right, and book a call. That's a given. But the three main pages that we want to focus on, that to simplify this, is the webinar registration page, the show up video/event, and the indoctrination page. Now, what is the indoctrination page? Probably the most important part. What do you mean the most important part? Well, here's the thing. What coaches generally do is they take people from their ebook, from their video, from all that kind of stuff, webinar, book them on a call. And let's say it's Monday today, hypothetically, book them on for Wednesday or Thursday. Perfect, they're on the calendar. And then Wednesday, Thursday comes along, they no-show. You're like, what happened? They no-showed. Why didn't they show up for the call? Where are they, right? And because what happens is that they're not being warmed up in order to keep the energy high to want to work with you. So just because they booked on a calendar, and or also you sent a bunch of reminders and text messages, they're not going to show up. They're going to just go, oh, okay, yeah, all right, sounds good. So what you have to do is you have to have a system in place that indoctrinates them in the sense of gets them to a higher level of being like, oh, wow, this person's awesome. I really want to work with them. And you can do that from testimonials and all that other kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that you're doing it right. And this way you build up that relationship and get lots of relationship currency in so that when the call comes, they actually show up. And number one, they show up and want to work with you and not just they're like, who is this again? Why are you calling me? What webinar? What video? What ad? I don't know. So that's why it's super important to use these three strategies and not overcomplicate it and create a big funnel. These are the three most important pages on your website that I believe attracts high-ticket coaching clients. If you don't use them, you're going to miss out on attracting clients. All right, so here's what I want you to do. We have an upcoming webinar. Click the link in the pinned post or the pinned comment section or the description on using the 300-word ad strategy that attracts qualified coaching clients along with the snowball system. We're going to show you what I've been using the last number of years to attract coaching clients. What's working on Facebook now, what's not working, what the gurus are saying that doesn't work, and what you should be trying if you want to start on a small budget. All right, head over there and we'll see you on the webinar.